excited to be here with you today. And today we are going to be talking about 3 tips that you can do to prepare for your IVF. And come on and grab your cup of tea and join me. I am Denise Noyer-Erez, and I'm known as the Fertility Godmother, and I get to help women and couples prepare their bodies so that they can get pregnant and have a healthy baby. And even if you are going through IVF, then this will definitely help you get ready and making sure that you are super healthy. So grab your tea and let's talk. If you have any questions, please feel free to comment below. I'm happy to answer them as we discuss some things that will help improve your chances of getting pregnant through IVF. Okay, I'm kind of stalling here as I'm checking out to make sure give people a chance to join. So welcome, thanks for joining me today, and let's go ahead and dive right in. I'd like to get started right away. So today we're going to talk about, again, I said, the 3 tips to really improve IVF, and I have a free gift for you. If you're following me, if you're watching this on Instagram, if you go into the link in the bio and you click the resources, Fertility Godmother resources, there's an IVF checklist. And if you're watching me on Facebook, then it'll be in the comment section below. And if you're watching this on YouTube, then we will have it in the link for you in the description. So you can get your IVF checklist and it'll be really helpful for you. So let's talk about the first thing I think is really important. Even though you're getting ready for IVF, it's still your body. Your body still needs to be ready. It still needs to be balanced and really healthy. So I know sometimes going through IVF feels like you've been removed. It doesn't feel as natural because you're using medicine, you're going through this whole process, but that doesn't mean that your body doesn't need to really prepare and get healthy. So the time to start your supplements would be now if you're getting ready for IVF. And I know a lot of the clinics are closed right now, but they will be reopening soon. And I know some clinics are moving right along, and they're planning to start doing they're still doing retrievals, and they're going to be doing their transfers soon. So if you felt like your fertility was put on hold, that window is going to open up really soon for you. So I hope you've been using this time to get really healthy and create some good value for yourself during this time. So when the time comes, which is going to be soon, you're going to be ready. So usually what I recommend for women trying to get pregnant, and I always include men in this, is that you really want to really prepare your body for at the minimum of 3 months of trying to conceive, because it takes at least that time for the nutrition to really nourish the egg and the sperm. So sperm is always regenerating, but you want to get that good quality, making sure that everything is healthy so that you have good quality sperm. Even when you're doing IVF, I find it incredibly important, because especially if you're going to be doing ICSI, you want to increase your chances of choosing the best and the strongest sperm that's going to give your baby the best DNA, the code, the genetic code. And the same thing that is going to happen for your eggs. You want to have them really strong and have the best genetic code available. And it actually takes about 3 months for that egg to grow in the follicle before it's released, and even before they take them out. Those antral follicles that you've seen them do an ultrasound, and they counted the follicles. If you've gone through IVF, they've taken a look at your ovaries and they told you how many follicles you have. Those follicles that are ovulating this month started growing. The egg started growing 3 months ago. So it's really important to do that. So supplements are going to be, a big key for you. So your prenatal vitamin now. You need to be on it now. You're not waiting until you're starting your medications. So usually I recommend some basics without knowing your case. There's a lot more options out there for you if you're going to be doing, if you're really wanting to improve egg quality. But the basic supplements that you should be on would be a prenatal, fish oil, vitamin D. Those are the three basics. And then depending on what your vitamin D levels are, it would depend on the amount of how much vitamin D you should be taking. So you should find out that information from the clinic that you're in, because they should have done your vitamin D, or you should have somebody on your team draw the request to do the vitamin D. I usually do that for my patients. I have them make sure that everything's looking good before they go and start the stimulating medications. Because what happens is you're getting the egg, right? You want to get the nutrition and the nutrients and be as healthy as possible before they remove the egg, because even if you're freezing your embryos for later on, you want to, hi Lindsay, even if you're freezing your embryos for later on, you want to make sure that you have the good eggs, so that you get a healthy embryo during that time. Because if you start taking the nutrition after your eggs are removed, it makes sense, right? They already have it. So start before. I can't emphasize that enough. And I just see a lot of women waiting way too long. So those are going to be some basic supplements. If you want, I have another guide on, or another video on supplements. So we can post that for you and you can check that out. We can talk a little bit more about that. And then of course, I'm always here for you. If you want to dive deeper into that, we can set up a consultation and find out what's going to work best for you. The other thing I think is really important that goes hand in hand with that is your eating habits. So what's really important nutrition for you? I just did a big Q&A on that yesterday. If you didn't check it out, you can check that out on the YouTube and see what I recommended as far as eating. We did a Q&A and I really dove deep into finding the right foods for you. So if you haven't watch that, you might want to check that on the YouTube. But eating is going to be really important. So the vegetables, whether you're finding organic at this time or not, just get some really healthy, lots of vegetables. You want to have healthy fats. Healthy fats are so important, not the trans fats. The trans fats really decrease. Only 2% of your dietary intake. Man, that's not very much. You want to avoid those. So if you have a sweet tooth, you need to make sure that you're baking with some really good quality ingredients there. And you must be, because there's no flour on the shelves. But it's okay to have some of that, but you really want to keep it minimal, and then you want it to just be quality. So quality of your food does matter. It's always best to have organic, but if you can't find it, just get the best you can of any vegetable. So diet is going to be huge. Nourishing your body, making sure you have enough blood, making sure you're not having too much sugar, because that just really throws off your whole chemistry and the whole balance. And your body has to work really hard on taking care of that. And it's not going to work really hard on taking care of your eggs if all the energy has to go over there. So it makes sense, right? So those are some things that are going to be really important for you. The other thing is to find an outlet to manage your stress. So when you're stressed, your body constricts, right? You get muscles getting really tight, the blood flow starts to decrease to the reproductive organs, and you want things to be flowing. And even though you're doing IVF, you still need the blood flow. You still need to try to really to optimize your chances, right? You want to be in the best place you can from your mind, body, and heart. So IVF is a gift if you have to go down that road, and if you've had several failed IVFs, I'm sorry. Maybe there's something that I can help you with to make sure that the next one is more successful for you. There might be something that you can do differently. So if you don't hear something here, then please contact me so I can help you. But IVF is a gift because it's giving you an opportunity to have that baby that maybe you couldn't have had before. And it's really important and beneficial if you manage your stress. I'm not saying it's not stressful at all, but it's important to manage that so that you can stay present and have things moving, and so that you can flow more with ease and accept that part for you. It's really important. So ways to manage stress would be to breathe and doing meditation, maybe exercising, getting out and getting some fresh air. Nature is a great way to decompress. Maybe you can, take your shoes off and walk in the grass. I know that might sound a little funny for some of you, and some of you it might make sense, but the earth's energy is so grounding, if you will. It makes sense, right? It has this really powerful energy. And Tatis wants to request to be in my video. I don't know how to do that. So I'm sorry. I don't know what to do on that. Haley? Where's Haley? I'm going to just keep moving forward. Maybe she has a question. Okay. So grounding yourself and doing some deep breaths so that you can really stay present, that's going to be really helpful for you. And that's one thing, things that when you start to feel anxious or when you start to get nervous about things, you're really probably projecting too much in the future and asking like, what if, and thinking about problems that you may or may not even have. So if you can just lasso those and bring them back in and just kind of get present to the moment of where you're at right now, can be really helpful for you. And the deep breathing makes a big difference. And then the other thing, and exercise too is a great stress relief, especially if you're somebody who exercises. The challenge is when you're doing IVF, the time you stop exercising is going to be when you're doing injections. I'd say within 1 or 2 days after injections, you're going to want to stop because your ovaries are going to be really heavy and you can cause some torsion in there. So that would be the only time you would want to stop on there. And then the other thing I wanted to share with you is have some fun. Really, this is your journey and you can create it to be any way you want it to be. So one of my dear friends and colleagues, Sarah Rector, she talks about creating a ritual that you can have when you're doing your shots, so that maybe you're lighting a candle, you create a special space in your room, and you can, to really help you connect with your partner, or if you have to do it yourself, you can do a shot. Create something that's beautiful for you. Even creating a vision board and seeing yourself pregnant. How's that feel? Is that exciting? Scary? Making sure that those feelings are in alignment. Visualize. She shared with us that she took a picture. It's okay if I share this with you because she shared it on one of our lives that we did together. I don't remember which one, but she took a picture of Christy Brinkley at the time. And if you guys are probably maybe too young for Christy Brinkley, but she's a beautiful supermodel at the time. And she put her head on her pregnant, on Christy Brinkley's pregnant belly. And I just love that story because, if you're able to visualize yourself being pregnant and you're really able to just get into that and make sure that everything's in alignment in your body, your mind, your heart are in harmony and in alignment, and you can be at ease as you're moving forward through this journey. Even though it may not be how you really wanted it to be, you have an opportunity to go through this and still have your baby. So as a recap, and if you want to check out the checklist, I have the free Fertility Godmother's IVF checklist. You can click on the links in the appropriate spots. You probably know better than I do, and you can get that free checklist. And I wish you the most success and to a healthy and happy fertility journey and pregnancy. And I'm here for you if you need any help. I'm going to see what happens here. She's unable to join. I guess I waited too long. I don't know how to do that. That's kind of fun. Maybe I should check that out. That could be an experience. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for joining. Here's to your health, happiness, and fertility. And we'll see you here next week on Tea with the Fertility Godmother. Mwah.